it's Ina the Mood Reader, and today we're going to talk about the Kindle Clear Out Readathon. Hey everyone! It's already Wednesday. It's the 30th of September, and I just want to let you know that I haven't read anything yet for the Kindle Clear Out Readathon. I know it started 2 days ago, but I was catching up on my September reading goals. I wanted to actually read the books I planned to read for September, so there was little cramming there to get everything done. And yeah, but today I'll start reading. I'm a little confused on which books I should prioritize first for this readathon, but I'm reading 4 books in total for this readathon, and I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days to do that. So I think that's still pretty doable. So for today, I'm guessing I'm in the mood for some romance. So I think I'll read Sweet on You by Carla de Guzman first. But I also want to start a few chapters on A Golden Fury. So I'm bringing you with me. Here's a little reading vlog. Yeah. I hope you enjoy watching, and see ya on the next clips. Hey guys, for some reason we're going out today, but before I do that, I would just like to update you on the Kindle Clear Out Readathon. And I just finished reading Chasing Waves by Bianca Mori. It's very short, just 105 pages, and it's a romance about a single parent who works at a call center. So if you're not aware, the BPO industry or the call center industry is really strong here in the Philippines. It became actually the lifeblood of the economy, especially during the time of the pandemic. So I worked there for a short bit, like 6 months, and I can relate to the main character about her thoughts on the industry. And also, what made this romance cuter is the child, her son, because of, you know, all the silly antics of children. And the romance is also cute, nothing much. Okay, and overall, I really enjoyed reading that book by Bianca Mori from romance class. It's a fun read for the Kindle Clear Out, and it's already Friday. We only have 2 days left before the readathon ends. I only read 1 book out of 4, but hopefully my weekend reading process would be an easier one, so that I can finish the prompts for the readathon. So yeah, so today we're going out. I'm with my dad and my sister, who doesn't want to be seen on camera And I'll try to read a few chapters of a book, maybe just a few pages while we're eating out. Bye! The Kindle Clear Out Readathon was an event that was organized and happened last week. And the way it worked is that we were given a bingo board with action prompts and book prompts that we have to complete to create any form of a bingo. And originally, I have planned to read 4 books, but I ended up finishing 3 books, which I still think is a good way and a good summary for the readathon. And despite having 3 titles, I still managed to hit the 6 prompts of in terms of reading. In terms of the action prompts, which I'll flash here on the screen, I was able to do a TBR video, which I did 2 weeks back. I was also able to post a review on Goodreads for one of the books. Of course, I followed and subscribed to the host. The footages you have seen earlier are my attempts at doing a reading vlog. I know it's not like as in-depth as I would have liked, but I did what I can. And we have a visitor. Come here. This little girl opened the door. So here we have Munchie. And I was also able to attend the live show, though I was a little late. And then this part is our wrap-up. Yay! Okay, so let's talk about the 3 books that I was able to read for this readathon. And the first book that I have finished is Chasing Waves by Bianca Mori. I have talked about it a little on the past clips, and this is a romance class title that was published, I think, in 2017. And I used this book for the prompts. I have my notebook here with me. I used it for the prompts, shortest ebook, as well as it also fits a by POC author because this book was written by a Filipino. And this book is set at a call center or a contact center or a BPO setup. Munchie is scratching the floor. And we have our characters. One is a single mother who is starting to train to be a trainer at a call center or a BPO company. And then our male lead is the hot training manager that she will be working with at the project. And it's a fairly short book. It's just 100 pages more or less, and it explores the themes about being a single parent because she has a very cute son, Magnus, which she also calls Buchoy, which is very common in the Philippines, wherein they give you this pretty name but they call you something funny or I don't know. It's just how it is here, I guess. And this book also talks about her career and, you know, owning up to the mistakes that you may have done in your life, but still loving yourself, accepting yourself, and trying to better yourself, I guess, because that's what our main character did in this novella, I guess. And this book was able to deliver its message quite beautifully, and I was very happy that it was the one I picked for this readathon because I loved the learning experience. And also the title is Chasing Waves because our lead is a surfing enthusiast, though since she became a single mom, she had to give that up to attempt to have a stable life to provide for her child. And I loved all the surfing metaphors and analogies scattered all around this book, especially towards the end, where of course we learn the final message that the book wants to leave us with. So that's that. And the second book that I have read for this readathon is Sweet on You by Carla de Guzman. Carla is also another romance class author, but this book in particular will be published under Carina Press from Harlequin Books. And I have been working with Carina Press, and I'm so happy to know that they took chance on a Filipino author. So yeah, I requested this arc via NetGalley, and I'm so happy that I got approval for it. And I used Sweet on You for the prompts, read an e-arc, by POC author, and newest ebook because I received this book on September 12 or September 2. I'm not sure with my handwriting here. So yeah, and Sweet on You is about two rival shops in this commercial center in Lipa City, Batangas, here in the Philippines. And personally, I live very near to Lipa, Batangas in a way. I'm from Cavite, but originally I was from Las Piñas. Both are in the south, and we always go to Batangas for vacations, and we have business associates in Lipa City. So we always go in Lipa, and it's very nice to see references on the Batangueño culture here in this book. It's very Filipino. It's unapologetically Filipino, and in some parts of it, I was actually thinking about wondering about how this would be, like, what the reception would be in the romance community for a book that's so Filipino, that will be released in an international market. But of course, for me, I enjoyed every bit of it, especially with the descriptions of the food, because we have this lead who owns a bakery and this lead who owns a coffee shop, and it's so nice to see like Filipino food being described. This book made me so hungry for many times. I can't believe I was reading it like in the late hours of the night when there's no chance for me to order in food. But I loved it. These two characters are sort of making this silly little pranks with each other that like the whole neighborhood is treating like this weird courtship that they have, which is very funny because it's kind of true. And though it takes a while for this story to build up, I still had fun reading. I was surprised that this book had some steamy scenes, and the author did a good job about it. The conflict was also good. It was kind of what I was expecting. And then this book also had this good friendship parts and family parts, and of course community, culture. And by the way, it's a Christmas themed romance, so it's very perfect. Here in the Philippines, Christmas starts at September 1. You'll start hearing like the carols and the love songs that revolve around Christmas. So it's a perfect read to start this season. Though I do not celebrate it myself, hearing those songs and reading books like this like bring me back to my childhood and the anticipation of like December break, you know, the when school ends for like almost a month in December, and the parties and the food and the family activities and traveling and all of that. So yeah, I'm so happy to get to read this title. Please grab it once it gets out soon. The last book that I read is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert, and I use this book. This book fits Read an e-arc prop because I got this copy from Edelweiss. It also fits by POC author, and then it fits the oldest ebook on my Kindle. I had it way before the book was released. I also use it for disability rep, which for me, I guess, I'm not sure though, but for me, the book really did a great job on the disability representation. So this book is the first of a series, I think, because I have been seeing the covers for the other two books. And just as the title says, this book is about Chloe Brown, who wants to like tick some things off her bucket list because she was diagnosed with a chronic disease. If I'm not mistaken, it's fibromyalgia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. And she lives in an apartment complex, and she meets like the apartment superintendent, if I'm not mistaken, Red. And I don't know how to technically describe their romance, but this book is filled with this witty banter. The author really did a great job with creating these quirky characters. Like Chloe is really fierce, and she knows what she wants and she says it. And then we also have Red, who like knows how to like ride the way Chloe approaches things. She is very prim and proper, and he's nowhere near that, but he knows, like he understands how Chloe's mind works. And Chloe is I also love that Chloe is in STEM, or because she is a web designer. She practices code. I also love that she plays video games. Like, she breaks like the stereotypical women in romance. And yeah, so and Red is an artist. So in this book, Chloe asks Red's help for her to deal with her get a life list, which is some things she wants to do to like explore the world and be a better person and live despite the challenges that she is facing with her chronic illness. And of course, romance ensues between the two because sparks fly between them even at the onset of the book. And this book really did a good description of Chloe's disease. I don't know much about the illness aside from like the glimpses that I see whenever I watch like Grey's Anatomy or House or other medical series. So this book really gave me like an in-depth in-depth descriptions about what Chloe feels, how she describes her pain, and how she goes by her day-to-day job, her day-to-day life. And yeah, it's really an eye-opener for able people to see what the different facets of disability, because again, there are many types of disability that we want to be represented in media, in books, and of course, having books like this educational experience in a way, aside from like having a different adventure where you explore a love story between two people. And as much as I enjoyed a lot of parts of this book, some of my concerns were in the descriptions of like the graphic sexual scenes in the book. For some reason, the wording of the author does not appeal to me. And of course, just like with other British books that I have read, you know this already, I've been saying this for quite a while, that some of the references and of course some of their behaviors do not translate to what I know. So it takes time to understand like their humor and get it, of course, and get their behaviors. But it's still it didn't really ruin my enjoyment of the story, except for again those descriptive sexual scenes that are, I don't know, I just wasn't like feeling the way they were worded out. But of course, I'm not giving up on this author, and I would also want to explore the rest of the series. Get a Life, Chloe Brown still got a very good rating on my mind still. So that's it for the Kindle Clear Out Readathon. I was able to block out all the bingo boards and I really had fun, even though I was only able to commit like 4 days out of the 7 days of the entire readathon because I was really busy, and I was committed into like completing my September TBR since September 28, 29, and 30 was part of this readathon, but I wasn't able to participate on it yet. Despite that, I still enjoyed reading 3 books, and I know that is like not really a good number in terms of like comparing it to the amount of books that is on my Kindle at the moment, but better 3 than 0, I guess. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you also participated on the Kindle Clear Out Readathon, please do comment down below links to your wrap-up videos or just the titles of the books that you enjoyed and what you recommend for me to read next. Of course, if you have video requests, I'd love to hear them. Please comment them down below. And see you on the next video, and see you on my socials. Bye!